It's altercation we had, something that goes on throughout the NBA, something that we put past us. We talked about it, apologized about it, kept it at that. Yeah, for sure. This is not the first time it happens. I mean, it happens all the time throughout the NBA season, depending on what teams it is. Most of the time, you just try to keep those things in the locker room. And other than that, we look past that. We had 2 other games since that, and came in and had a great shoot-around today. It wasn't nothing with that because we had great practice after that. We had a great shoot-around, just we didn't come out and play well. We didn't make shots, we didn't move the ball, we didn't defend. And you could try to translate it to that, but we already know when we don't play great defense or make threes, we're a terrible team. And that's what we showed the last 2 games. It just happens, you know, you never know when it's going to happen. I mean, it just happened the day how practice went that day, and it went that way. Nah, I just not try to focus on that. All I can focus on is trying to be the leader of this team, the basketball player, and the franchise guy. I can't really focus on what anybody else says and what opinions that they have or what they feel like they've been dealing with. I've been fine. If I felt like that, I mean, I would have been said something about it, to be honest. And I love being the Wizards. I've been here for 9 years, where I want to finish my career, so I don't have nothing to that aspect. You're never going to know. That's why I say things you have and things you go through, you keep to yourself. And sometimes certain things should stay in the locker room or stay with the team. That's who your family is. And somehow it got out. We moved past it as a team, and we just keep moving forward. Well, me, I can play better, you know what I mean, making shots-wise and all that. You know what I mean, everybody keeps saying I'm not in shape. I am in shape. Just I deal with injuries. I play through them. I don't complain about it. Go out there and give everything I got. That's all I can do. You look at my numbers are better than a lot of people, but I guess when you're a star, you're supposed to do better, and that's what I can do, is try to play better. Other than that, everybody got to look at themselves in the mirror, starting from me down, see what you can do better as a team and individual to help the team do better. And everybody just got to accept their role. When you don't accept your role, then everybody get to play out their character, and that's what hurts the team. I've been here for 9 years. They've been digging for stuff for all these years. That's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? When you're not winning, that's what they're going to do. When you're winning, all they do is hop right back on the bandwagon. So all you got to do is figure it out. I mean, it's that simple. When you're not figuring it out and you're losing and you're a team that's supposed to be good or doing better, it's not going to look right, so they got to find somebody to blame. I'm always going to just give it all I got. You know what I mean? I can go out there and play. If I miss and make shots, I can't control that. As long as I'm playing hard, that's all that matters. Like I said, I love being here. I want to finish my career here. That's all I can control, and playing basketball. Can't control nothing else. I don't know. That's his opinion. I mean, I just go out there and play basketball. If that's what he can give us motivation, fine. If not, I really don't know. You don't need no. I don't think that's the motivation we need. The motivation we need is that we're 5-11. We're losing home games, road games, and we're not playing well on both ends of the floor, and we're not playing no defense. We got like the worst categories in the whole entire league. That should be our motivation. Well, no honesty reach. You know what I mean? It's a point where we both felt like we said stuff that we shouldn't have said, and both kind of interrupted each other when we was having conversations, and that was basically it. You know what I mean? A lot of frustration. When you go through a lot of frustration, the flames build up in one situation. You kind of get to that, so that's why we both apologized, and I left it at that. Never been in the light, so I don't know what the light feels. And I mean, if that's how they feel, that's how they feel. I can't control that aspect of the game. All I know is I can do what John Wall does, and that's go out there and give everything I got and play the best I can play and leave it on the line. That's all I can do. We've been in this situation before. I think the year we won 49 games, we didn't get to 500 till we were 16-16. So, I mean, I see why everybody's panicking, but it's a lot of basketball left, man. I ain't really stressing off all that. Well, they got on us pretty quickly. They came out and made 7 of their first 11 threes, and we didn't make shots early on, you know what I mean? But that's what we're tending to do as a team. When we don't make shots, we let that affect what our defense is. But we cut the lead to 5, then we didn't close the half the right way. So it's going to be a game of runs. You know what I mean? We don't know when the game of runs is going to come. It just depends on how you affect the game and try to close out each quarter and try to give yourself a chance to win the game. I have no idea. All you can do is try to go out there and tell everybody to play hard and give it all they got. But like I said before, you can't teach effort and heart. So if guys don't want to have effort and heart and they feel like giving up, then they shouldn't be on the court playing. This is the problem a lot of times. You ever look at us when we get to bad starts or not playing well as a team, it's a lot of effort and heart. You can't teach. All the talent in the world can go beat anybody, but if the next guy play harder than him and got a lot of effort and heart, he got to feel like he's the most talented player out there. It's extra effort, you know what I mean? When we're not making shots, we don't want to defend, we don't want to hustle, we don't want to guard. Like, that shouldn't dictate. Like, you know what I mean? Guys are not one-dimensional players in this world. I mean, a lot of guys have proven to be, all I do is lock guys up and make corner threes, and they play hard. I mean, some guys supposed to be the scorers and supposed to do this. Well, you got to do other things to help the team win. It's not just one aspect that's going to help this team win. You got to be able to create for others, defend, rebound, do all the little things. And to everybody do that is all 5 as a group that's on that court at one time. You can't have 4 guys doing it and 1 guy not doing it. It's going to affect it. Just get everybody on one page, everybody accepting their role. That's the key. Just everybody accepting their role, going out there and playing hard. And if you miss and make shots, leave it all out there on the floor and you can live with those results. But when you're not playing hard and not making shots, you're not leaving it out there, so nobody's going to respect that effort.
Having a practice, happening practice. Practice is closed. Practice is not a public thing. It got heated. You guys know that. practice, I mean, it's happened in this organization, every organization around the league, high school, college, it happens. Guys argue. It is what it is, you know. I feel like our culture is, I mean, it's what we created it to be. I mean, he tore the team apart and created a new team, you know, starting with John, you know, as the foundation and, you know, created into what we are now. You know, we're a team that's a playoff team, you know, but we've struggled. You know, we've had our fair share of struggles, you know, but I wouldn't say that we're a team that's not in unison. I wouldn't say we're a team that hates each other. I say it every game. You know, we're in the locker room and there's positive energy. You know, it's not like I hate the next man and the next man hates that man. It's none of that. You know, it's just figuring it out on the floor. But you know, we just can't seem to put it together right now. In a game, you know, just as well as it can happen in practice. You know, we're all competitive. I think that's the thing everybody's missing. You know, we're athletes. We're naturally competitive. You know, we're not going to like everything. You know, sometimes fouls are called in practice. You know, you're going to get mad at the coach for not calling a foul. It happens. You know, it's not. You know, you're going to not anything to be. You know, to make a story out of. You know, at the end of the day.
I said some things that I regret. Our players said some things that they regret. And right after the practice, I had a conversation to hash things out, and everything was good. And then some of our players had some conversations, and they hashed things out, and everything was good. Like I said, it happened last week. We moved on from it as a team. Not trying to minimize what happened, but in all sports and all teams I've been on, been in the league for over 30 years or almost 30 years, as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, that has happened. It's something that you understand that it's a competitive environment, and a lot of times you have adult conversations that get heated. And we all have to live with what we say and work things out when it does happen, and you move on. Unfortunately for me, I've been in many altercations as a player, and not just verbal, it's physical, and I'm not proud of it, but as a teammate, you try to work it out as quick as you can and you move on. And I did many, many years ago, and our players did that same day. With that being said, we're frustrated. You know, we haven't had the season that we would have liked to have a better start. I haven't done my job as well as I know I need to do. As a team, we haven't played as well as we would like to do. As individuals, we haven't played as well as we are capable of playing. So it all comes together, and I get that. As the coach of this team, it should, you know, when the teams don't play as well as they're capable of playing, it should always come down to me. And I accept that responsibility. Our players are going to continue to work through it and try to make this a season that we will be proud to remember. But we're all frustrated that we haven't had the start. And I love that about our team. And it's not about one player, and it's not about me. It's about us as a group. Like I said some things that I'm not proud of, and our players did the same. And then we moved on. We hashed things out, and we move on. The thing that I love about that spirit of practice, we won 3 in a row. And we were still, I don't even know our record at that time. We were still, 5-9 or something. We're not happy. I mean, we're not satisfied just because we won 3 in a row. I like physical practices. I like competitive practice. I like emotion. I like guys that play with emotion. I like guys that compete against each other. And that's how you have to improve your team. As a coach, you want players that compete against each other. And you know what? Quite frankly, we haven't had that early in the season. And that's frustrating for me because I take pride in making sure all the teams I played on, all the teams I was assistant coach on, all the teams I'm a head coach, that I never have to ever worry about that. And unfortunately for me, I've had to worry about that too many times early in the season. But it's not on the players, it's on me. My job is to continue to figure out ways to get these guys to be their best and play their best. And and I have to figure those questions out.